Hi, this is Trey Passer, and this is my Blu Ray update for the week beginning May 27th, 2012. Okay, I have a few titles here. I picked some things from eBay, from Best Buy, and from Amazon. Okay, so let me just go through this. This is a movie that I reviewed yesterday, and I put a review of it up on my channel yesterday. It's a movie, it's an Australian horror movie, actually, and it came out about 2009, and it's due to be released in I think next week, June 1st, in the States. It's a great Australian horror movie, The Loved Ones. Basically, a story about a guy that gets asked to the prom by this girl, this outcast girl, and she winds up kidnapping him. And the things that she puts him through, if you see the trailer, you'll know what I'm talking about. This movie is just crazy. It's sort of like Misery. Somebody described it. Sort of like Misery meets Prom Night, something like that, a little bit. But it's just a demented movie, and I tell you, the Australians know how to make a horror movie. This movie, and like I said before in my review, and Wolf Creek are just two of the best horror movies that I've seen. And there's the back, and the girl right here. I forgot her name. I think it's Robin something, but I can't remember what the last part of her name is. She's extremely good in this movie. And this is a movie that has to be seen to believe. And I ordered it from Amazon, okay, because it's not released in the stateside. And this is Region B. But I have a Region B, region-free Blu-ray player, so that's why I was able to watch it yesterday. And this movie is the goods, okay. So that's that one. Now this next movie is that one I won on an auction off eBay. I've been trying to get this one for years. It's a Disney title, okay. It's a classic already, The Lion King, okay. Okay, because every time I try to get this movie, I go to, you go to Best Buy, like I said, and everybody knows that usually collects these Disney movies, that they don't go down in prices. It's very rare that they go down in prices, but I managed to win an auction and save a few bucks and get it off of eBay. Okay, The Lion King. Okay, that's a fantastic slipcover, of course, and there's the, the inside, which, looks like the backside, like the slipcover. Okay, The Lion King. No more to be said about this. This is definitely a classic. Now, this next movie is a horror movie. This movie I actually saw with a double feature. I saw this movie and The Reincarnation of Audrey Rose when I was a young, I don't even think I was a teenager quite yet when I saw this, I don't think, looking back on it. My sisters took us to see it. I think we went with my sisters, I have two older sisters, I went with them, and I think some of my brothers, and I saw this movie and plus The Reincarnation of Audrey Rose. It was a double feature. Back then, they would show you two movies. Of course, it's the original Carrie, based on a Stephen King novel, with Sissy Spacek, John Travolta, Nancy Allen. There's the back. This is definitely a classic, and Piper Laurie as Carrie's mother is just outstanding, and this is great movie. This is an all-time great horror classic. And this next movie is a movie I've been trying to get, and this is a war movie about General Patton, okay, played by George C. Scott. There it is, right there. It's Patton. I've been, trying to get this, and that great speech that opens up the beginning of this movie, for that alone, is worth the price of admission. And there's a great scene in there where a guy, I'm not spoiling this, I guess, to say this, where there's a guy, a soldier that's, Patton is in the field, and there's a young soldier who can't, he's like shell shocked and he can't stand the shelling, and Patton is looking at all the injured soldiers, and he comes upon this soldier she's not really injured, he's just shell shocked, and Patton almost pulls his gun out, practically threatens to shoot the guy because he's just shell shocked. He's not really injured, but he's in the tent with all the regular injured soldiers, and it's just a fantastic movie. And George C. Scott definitely deserved the Oscar he got for this part, Patton. This is a great movie and a great portrayal of a historical figure. Now, this next movie is a remake of a TV show, one of these TV shows that I grew up in the 80s watching, and I actually love the TV show, even though when you saw this TV show, the amount of automatic weapons that would be fired in explosions, and yet somehow nobody would get seriously hurt, was always hysterical to me. Well, this is the movie remake of it, the A-Team. Again, I got this for $9.99 at Best Buy. Okay, starring Liam Neeson. I'm sorry, I drew a blank on his name. Bradley Cooper and Jessica Biel's in this, and they got Rampage Jackson to play BA, and I've got the other guy that Shalito Copley to play Howling Mad Murdoch. Okay, and actually this is quite an enjoyable film actually. Okay, as a remake, you know, nobody could ever beat the TV show. George Rappard, I thought was just fantastic for that part with Hannibal Smith, but that's just my opinion. Okay, now this next movie is a movie that I actually had on DVD, and this is a movie that my friend recommended to me, and I actually bought the DVD, but I didn't get around to I still haven't gotten around to watching it, but I saw the Blu Ray and it was on sale for $7.99. This is called The Proposition. This is the premise of this movie sounds fantastic, and I can't wait to watch it. I love a good Western, and this movie stars Guy Pearce, Ray Winstone, Danny Houston, John Hurt, David Wenham, and Emily Watson. It's basically a story about Guy Pearce. He has to save his younger brother. He has to bring in his older brother, played by Danny Houston, who's totally nuts. Okay, that's the proposition. That's what, hence the term, the proposition. Okay, and it's supposed to be I heard real good things about this. My friend actually recommended this to me years ago, and I bought the DVD, but I never got around to watching it. So I got the Blu Ray, and I'm definitely gonna try to watch this. Like I said, I love Westerns, and I'm definitely gonna try to check this out. Now, this next movie is a movie that I heard the Flick guy talk about all the time, and I actually saw this movie in the theaters when it came out. Okay, this is called Point Break, starring Keanu Reeves and the late Patrick Swayze, and it's basically about a group of bank robbers that are robbing. You know, they're dressed in all these presidents' masks, like Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, and Jimmy Carter, and he goes undercover as a young FBI agent. And I think his name. Let me say his name, Johnny Utah. This is a fantastic name. Johnny Utah. This is directed by Catherine Bigelow, who directed The Hurt Locker. And this has some great action sequences in there. Surfing, skydiving and stuff, gunfights, car chases, you know, just everything. It's a silly movie, but it's entertaining. So I got that. I saw it on sale, $10.99. Couldn't pass that up. Okay, and this next movie is a comedy. I like Vince Vaughn. I like Vince Vaughn a lot. I think Vince Vaughn is hysterical. Okay, and I kept seeing the trailers for this movie, and I think I seen clips for this on YouTube, but I never got around to buying it. But it was on sale for $9.99, so I got it. The Couples Retreat, about a group of couples that go. I think they go to where they go. They get a discount and they go on vacation. You know, one of these tropical places, and it stars Vince Vaughn. Let me give you the names: Vince Vaughn, Jason Bateman, John Favreau, who wrote it. Him and Faison Love, Kristen Davis, Kristen Bell is in it, and it looks funny to me, so I'm anxious to watch this actually. So now this next movie is the sequel to the Predator movie, of course, starring Danny Glover, and Predator 2. I actually like this movie. This is actually pretty good story, basically about the Predator coming down to Earth in like Los Angeles. You know, he sees how violent. You know, it's supposed to be how violent this place is, and of course it's the perfect hunting ground to draw the predator there, you know, to hunt, because you got all these violent criminals and everything else. And Danny Glover plays a cop who's on his trail. Okay, Predator 2 is actually a pretty good sequel to the Arnold Schwarzenegger Predator. And this next movie is a horror movie that I heard a lot of great things about, and I even saw the trailer for it. And I always wanted to get it, but I just never got around to getting it. And so I finally bit the bullet and ordered it off of eBay. Called it Ascent. And it's supposed to be really good. And I know they made a sequel to this, but I'm dying to see the original. Okay, about a group of girls that go. I guess it's called spelunking. I think that's the term. They go cave dwelling or cave diving, whatever term you want to use it, and they run into these insane creatures. Okay, and it's supposed to be the original unrated cut. So I'm anxious to see that also. Okay, now this next movie is an animated classic. I've been trying to get this for months off of eBay, but of course it always sells for an incredible high price, because I think this is a movie they got out of the vault, and then they put it, and they ran it for a limited time, and then they put it back in the vault. Okay, but I always see it on eBay all the time, but it's always marked up, you know. But I managed to get it, and I got it for less than 30 bucks. Pinocchio. Okay, and there it is, the all-time classic. You know, Wish Upon a Star. No Strings on Me. You know, the usual stuff. Excuse me. I watched this the other day, actually yesterday morning, and I thought I didn't have that I haven't seen, but I remembered it once I started watching. I remembered the parts that I did see this as a young kid. I remember all the parts and stuff, but, you know, Pinocchio and stuff, and the whale and everything else. So, real classic, and it looks great on Blu Ray. Okay. But this next movie is a movie that I actually know was on a steelbook. I got Bob, the great fellow YouTuber Bob the Sub, or Mr. Freeman as I call him, because he once tried to do an impersonation of me, and he sounded like Morgan Freeman to me. So from now on, Bob the Sub to me is Morgan Freeman. Okay, because I tell you, I think he entered one of my contests, and he tried to do an impersonation of me, and he just totally sounds like Morgan Freeman to me. Okay, so that's why I call him. Good, but he told me about this steelbook was coming out. Like I said, thank God for fellow YouTubers, because I have no knowledge of all the stuff that's coming out and stuff. But they kind of have to put it on, you know, put it up there and make videos telling people when there's exclusives and stuff and steelbooks and stuff. So I'm appreciative of him telling. So he wanted to do a trade with me. So I ordered, you know, I went to Best Buy. Not the Best Buy where I live at, because that Best Buy still sucks ass. Okay, the one closest to me. So, but I went to Manhattan and found another Best Buy, and they did have it. Okay, and this is the Underworld steelbook, Underworld Awakening. There we go. There's the back. Okay, and open that up, and it has some nice inside artwork. Take the disc out. There's Selena, like that. That's beautiful. Okay, Kate Beckinsale, who looks incredibly hot. There's the front. Let me put the disc back in there. Okay, let's see. Put that back in there. And this is supposed to be the Blu Ray 3D, but you know, it's you can play it on regular 2D. And there it is right there. Okay, Underworld, great. And I have your copy, Bob, or Mr. Freeman, and we'll be mailing it to you on Tuesday. Okay? Okay, and oh, I just noticed something. If you look at the eyes of her, if you can see that real good, if you turn it slightly, her eyes, you can see the blue of her eyes. See? There it looks normal. There you see it, you know, looks really good. There it looks normal. There it turns. Look at her eyes. Just concentrate on the eyes. See? There you go. See that slight change? That is cool. That is so cool. I like that. Okay? And the last but not least is a movie that's due to come out actually, excuse me, due to come out June 5th. This was like the first blockbuster movie, supposed to be the first blockbuster movie of the summer. And it actually, like I said, it's due to come out June 5th, I believe. John Carter, you know, John Carter of Mars. You know, they call it John Carter, but it's supposed to be based on the Edgar Rice Burroughs, John Carter of Mars, that stories that he wrote back in the 30s, I believe. Okay, there's the back. Okay, and like I said before in my previous videos, there's a store in Midtown Manhattan that they get the movies a couple of weeks ahead of time. You know, they mark up the prices a little bit. Well, not a little bit. They mark up the prices a lot. Okay, and so I went there Friday and I saw this movie, John Carter, there. So I decided, you know, I bit the bullet. They had a few other titles there, but those I'll wait on because they had another title that I want to get. But I'll wait the week because I think it comes out not this week, but the week after. And I'll pick up that one. But I bit the bullet and bought this one, even though I had to pay a little bit more. Okay, John Carter. I'm anxious to see what this looks like on Blu Ray. I'm sure it'll look fantastic. Okay, and they also have the 3D version of this too, which I think they marked up like 45 bucks or something like that. But anyway, there it is, John Carter of Mars, or John Carter. Okay, there it is. Even though this movie bombed at the box office, stateside, I liked it. I enjoyed it, and I thought Taylor Kitsch, that's his name, who was also in Battlefield, was pretty good in this movie. And it's a shame that they probably won't be making any sequels to this because I actually like this story. I mean, and I like the movie too, but you know, it didn't do too well. So there you go. Okay, so that's my titles that I picked up for this week. Again, feel free to leave comments down below. And this is Trey Passer saying so long and take care.